Hey there, YouTube. Crystal Onyx 180 here. So I think that this is probably going to be my last video of this year because I do have some plans coming up around the new year and I'm going to be quite busy. But in the meantime, I decided to jump the bandwagon like a lot of other great Poketubers are doing right now, and I don't know. I was just watching some guy do it, and I was like, "Hey, that's a good idea. I should do that tonight." So I decided to show you guys my 25 favorite Pokemon cards that I have collected this year. Um, I will not be showing any cards that I got like in the years past or left over from my childhood or whatnot. Just strictly cards that I have gotten during the 2012 this past year. So, without any further ado, number 25 in the list to kick it off is from Neo Genesis, this first edition Steelix Hollow. Um, it doesn't look too shiny or anything, but I got this off of Troll and Toad. And, well, hey, with Onyx being one of my favorite Pokemon and all, and unfortunately there's no Onyx Hollow, at least not yet, I thought the next best thing would be this Steelix Hollow. So it's a pretty cool place to start off. Um, Next, I know I'm not the biggest fan of the newer cards, but I have taken quite a liking to White Kyurem EX. I'm sure that the full art version would be taking the spot of this if I had it, but alas, I just have the half art, and I just think it's a really awesome card. I love the shine it has, and the artwork, and all that good stuff. I opened this in my booster box, like, what was that, like a month ago? Something like that. And next in line is this Charizard G Level X. When I pulled it, I didn't really know much of what it was, but after various comments by people, apparently it's a really rare card. And I mean, hey, it's a freaking Charizard, and to be honest, I just love that fire going off right there. Not my favorite Charizard, but still really, really sweet. Next, it's not hollow, but from the CD promo, I've got this the glossy Mew that comes with it, and I'm just a big Mew fan in general, and I don't know, I just really like the bubbles in the background. I thought that was a really cool touch that the artist put on it. So very, very cool. Then we have another one from Neo Genesis, the Pichu Hollow. Um, Not the biggest Pikachu family fan, I guess, myself, but Pichu is probably my favorite out of the three evolutions, and just the fact that they made it into a hollow, I thought that was really unique and creative of the artists, and not to mention, I really like the colors in the background. Then from Gym Heroes, got this first edition Brock's Rhydon. My two favorite Kanto gym leaders by far were definitely Brock and Blaine. Whether you count Blue or not from Gold and Silver, that's your choice, but I'm just saying from the original three games. Um, yeah, just like Onyx, I'm a huge fan of the Rhyhorn family, and I love all three of them. Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Rhyperior, they're three of my favorite Pokemon, and I just really like this card. So, yeah. Next up is this Misty's Gyarados. It's first edition from Gym Challenge. Um, I have a lot of different Gyarados hollows. It was really hard to choose between them, especially between this and the Shining Gyarados from Neosets. but I chose this one over The Shining because I just really like the artwork on it a little bit more, to be honest. The colors are more vibrant and all that good stuff. Up next is this from Jungle. It's first edition Pidgeot. Uh, this may seem like a bit of an odd choice, but I mean, especially since I really don't like Pidgeys and stuff too much. I don't know. Just ever since I was little, I was never a big fan of flying types in general, but um, I don't know. This car is just a little like really nostalgic, and I remember when I was a kid, my neighbor Ryan at the time he had one of these, and um, I tried for so long to get him to trade this to me, and he never would. So yeah, I just thought that card's pretty cool. Up next is the Japanese Plasma Gale Articuno EX that I pulled. Um, Articuno is my favorite out of the legendary birds. And, like, yes, I do. I really love the Articuno Holo from Fossil. I was going to put that up originally, but then I was like, wait, no. They made an even better version of it. So, yeah, here it is. And I just really, really like it. I can't wait to get this in English when Plasma Gale comes out. Hopefully, the full art to go along with this. That would be really sweet. Then I've got this first edition Magnemite Holo from Neo Discovery. I got this from I was actually um, on eBay when I was selling some older cards of mine over the summer. He messaged me and he was like, "Hey, yeah, listen, you have this one card I want to buy. I have this other one that, like, he had this card that he was selling himself, and he was just like, instead of exchanging money and whatnot, why don't we just trade for them?" And they were of even value, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So that's the story behind that, and not to mention, I just absolutely love the background of it with like that wormhole and stuff. It reminds me of Digimon a little bit, but yeah, I just really really like that card. Next from Fossil, got a first edition Lapras. Um, Lapras has always been one of my favorite Pokemon, and just like I really like how sparkly it is, and it's always like tough to kind of like stare at the background and try to figure out what it is. I mean, it's a beach and everything with mountains in the background, but it looks like it's a picture taken in like real life and stuff. So that was always just really cool to me. Next, also from the CD promo, got the Blastoise Holo. It was tough to choose between the three starter holos, but I guess I picked the Blastoise because it's definitely my favorite of the three, and I don't know. I just think that the artwork on this with the Blastoise shooting its cannons out, um, it pretty much just screams at you like, "Hey, I'm Blastoise," you know. Um, so I just think that this is one of my favorite cards, and I can't wait to get it graded. Well, when my new job starts, of course. Next, also from Neo Discovery, this first edition Kabutops Holo. Of all the fossil Pokemon that have ever been made, Kabuto and Kabutops were my two favorites, and yeah, I know that there was another Kabutops Holo for Fossil, but I just thought this one was so much cooler because it's all like underwater and it's just looks like it's creeping up on you. So that is just beautiful to me. Next, from Rocket, got this first edition, the PSA 10 Dark Charizard that I pulled after my high school graduation. Again, I know I keep saying it, but I regret that I wasn't PokeTubing at the time that I opened up uh, this good old box back here. But yeah, I ended up pulling this, and when it came back with a 10, I was ecstatic. Um, it's probably my favorite holo from the Rocket set. So, along with the rarest and most valuable, all that good stuff, for this to come back as Gem Mint, I couldn't have been happier. Up next, we've got from Neo Revelations, this first edition Suicune. Um, the three legendary beasts. Suicune's definitely my favorite, and I just love the artwork on the card. It's got that mountain in the background. I don't know if that's Mount Silver or something, but I just think that this card is pretty beastly. No pun intended. Next up, we've got this from Neo Genesis, first edition Lugia. This card took me a really long time to find at a reasonable price. um, but yeah, it was just on eBay. I ended up winning an auction on it, and I got it for about $20 less than what it's worth, retail. And it is just in freaking awesome condition. Um, I'm thinking that the next set that I get graded might be Neo Genesis because all the cards I got for that are just in really, really good condition. So I might do that pretty soon. Next, from Neo Revelations, I only have two Shining cards so far, but I've got this first edition Shining Magikarp. Um, I know a lot of people aren't crazy over him, but uh, it's really weird. But I really like Magikarp, and when when I was a kid and Gold and Silver came out, I was completely like enthralled in in the concept of shiny Pokemon. And when I was little, I spent days and days just constantly fishing with an old rod on my old gold version until I finally found a shining Magikarp and it was all gold and stuff. And stupid me at the time, I'm just like, all right, it's a shining Magikarp. I'm going to catch it. I'm never going to evolve it and blah, 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 blah. Well, I go into my bag. Guess who doesn't have a single Pokeball? This guy. So, yeah. Next, another one of my favorite Pokemon is it's also from the CD promo. This PSA Gem 10 uh, cool Porygon from the CD promo. I just really, really like Porygon. The original is my favorite out of its three forms, and I just really like the rainbow in the background and how it's all 3D ish. Um, so it's a shame this card isn't worth more than it is, but yeah, I really, really like it. All right, now what are we? I think we're down to like the last five or so. Up next, I have this Japanese Dragonite Holo that only came in the sequel to the trading card game on the Game Boy Color. That was only in Japan. So I had to special order this from some dude over in Japan, and he was really cool about it and stuff. And I was kind of skeptical, thinking, maybe it'll be fake, kind of beaten up or something. But um, I'm definitely going to get this graded pretty soon. And there is no doubt in my mind, when looking it over, it's going to get at least a 9, maybe even a 10. So I just really like that. Next, I pulled it recently, is this Japanese base set Venusaur. I've just always loved the artwork of the first Venusaur card, and it's a shame I don't have it in English. So I had to grab the Japanese one that I pulled the other day instead. So yeah, just a lot of memories with that card, not just for me, but I'm sure for a lot of other people too. Let's see, one, two. Okay, I lied. These are the last 5 cards. um, my fifth favorite card that I have is this Vaporeon Gold Star. It's the only Gold Star I have, and I traded um, I traded with TCG Arcanine for this. So again, thank you so much, man. You definitely kicked off my Gold Star collection with Flying Colors, and it's just a beautiful card. Vaporeon's my favorite evolution, and I couldn't be happier having the Gold Star of this. So, thank you. My fourth favorite card is this first edition base set Nidoking. Just overall, a really, really valuable card, and um, just like the Lugia back then, it took me a long time to find at a reasonable price because, I mean, these cards, a lot of people are like want at least like $100 for them. So it took a really long time to find it, and I just really like it. Nidoking's one of my favorite Pokemon. I just love the colors in the background and the artwork and all that stuff before, pretty much from the base set, like before Nintendo completely took over and Game Freak still had most of the control over like what the Pokemon looked like and stuff like that. So I just think that this looks a lot more, I guess you could say, mature or threatening and stuff like that. So I really like that. Now my third favorite card I have is from Neo Discovery. This first edition Umbreon that I have. It's a holo, and next to Vaporeon, Umbreon is my next favorite evolution. Uh, so then you might ask, but Crystal Onyx, why are you putting this over that Vaporeon Gold Star? Well, one thing and one thing only. That freaking moon in the background. I just really, really like it. So stop hating. This is my own opinion. There you go. Lastly, almost lastly, my second favorite card I have is this base set Blastoise. It's not first edition, unfortunately, or Shadowless, but I picked it up at a card shop that is about, unfortunately, like 20 or 30 miles away from where I live. But it was just in this bin, and the guy was like, all hollows, $1 each. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then that was on Black Friday, and when I brought this up, he was like, hey, it's Black Friday, I'll do it for 50 cents. And I was just like, hell yes. Um, I used to have this card when I was a kid, but I don't know whatever happened to it. But I was really happy to find one again in good condition. So it's not in the best of shape. There is some edge wear on the back and stuff, like right on the bottom there. You can see it. Um, but I'm still really happy I found this. And next, I just have to find a base Charizard. Lastly, my all-time favorite card that I have as of right now is this PSA Mint 9 First Edition base set Poliwrath. Now, this might seem a little odd to some of you guys, but I absolutely love Poliwrath. Um, I can't exactly tell you why. I'm really not sure. It's just ever since I was a kid, I've just really liked Poliwrath, and I just love the background with all the bubbles, and it's all nice and sparkly. And I sound like a girl now, but whatever. Not to mention its first edition Shadowless from the base set, and I was, I guess I got kind of lucky with this. I don't know if the store made a mistake or something, but I got this off of Collector's Cash, and I just ordered a, the first edition Poliwrath, and I was expecting to get it loose, just like this Chansey over here. But when I opened it up, it was already graded a Mint 9. Like, they already, like, I called them and I was like, hey, what's up with this, I mean, I pretty much called them just to thank them, and they were like, yeah, sorry it took so long to get out to you, but you've been a really good customer of ours for this past year of ours. So we went ahead and took the liberty to send this out to get graded just for you, free of charge, and then they still sold it to me. So that was just really cool of them, and I was never expecting it, but it's definitely my all-time favorite card that I have. Alright, guys, thank you so much for checking this out, and if I don't see you by then, everyone, just have a flipping awesome new year. I hope you all had a great holiday. We all survived the Mayan end of the world. Woo! That means more card collecting! So, alright guys, thanks for sticking around. I know this video has been kind of long, but I wish you all the best of luck, happy collecting, and I'll see you all in the new year. Take it easy, guys.